Welcome to all the schools joining us today. My name is April and I'm from the Australian Children's Television Foundation. I'm so happy to see all of you out there joining us for our virtual workshop.
Hi, my name's Ellen and I'm from ACMI, the Museum of Screen Culture. To begin, we would like to acknowledge the custodians of the lands where we are presenting from today, the Wurundjeri and the Boorong people of the Kulin Nation. And we pay our respects to elders past and present and extend our respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people from all nations of this land.
We are talking about storytelling today and would like to, of course, acknowledge that Australia's First Nations peoples are the first and the ongoing storytellers of this land. Now, Ellen and I are really curious to know which country you're all joining from today. So teachers and students, please call out the First Nations country, nation, or place you're joining from. Oh, there's people from all over our nation today, Ellen. It's so exciting.
It really is.
So today we're going to be talking and thinking about the worlds that we see on screen. And we're going to learn a bit about why settings are important when we're telling stories. Now, teachers will be drawing some ideas a bit later on with paper and pencil. So please have these at the ready for students to use a little bit later on.
We're now going to do some thinking about stories. Stories are important. They help us to understand each other, ourselves, and the world we live in. We can enjoy and learn from stories, and we can also create our own stories. What's your favourite story? Can I have everyone turn and face a friend and share your favourite story?
My favourite story is Little Jane Big Gus.
My favourite story is also Little Jane Big Gus. It's my favourite story.
All right, now I would like you to tell your partner, where does that story happen?
It's in lots of different locations, but around their house.
What about at school? It also happens at school.
Yeah.
Lots of places, definitely. How did you all go? Did you all think of your favourite story and where it happens? Lucky I have Ellen here to share with, isn't it? So we share stories to help us understand people, each other, and the world that we live in. Often stories for young people are set in those familiar places, the places that we spend our time in. And this is called, remember, the setting. So these familiar places, let's workshop where these could be, Ellen. Okay, so it could be our homes. What about it could be even like our school? Oh, I know where I love to go, to the local playground. Love spending time at the playground. Where else could we go? Somewhere out in nature, somewhere we can swim. I know, how about the beach? That was magic, that was fun. Now, because we can recognise these places in our own lives, it helps us to connect to the characters, the world, and the story. So let's think about this idea by looking at some clips from television shows that show us amazing worlds, the settings. We're going to start by checking out a clip from a show called Barumbi Kids, and it's set on the lands of the Jawan peoples. Now, from above, we're going to take in the world, and we're going to imagine if we could see the world from the perspective, that's a good word, perspective or point of view of a bird in the sky. So we're going to watch and pay attention to how the natural world is shown to us. Remember, seeing it from above, the water, the sky, and the trees. So see what you notice about where the story is set. Let's take a look.
You'll know the Outback. What about Arnhem Land? Right in the north of Australia. Well, this is my country, Jawan. It's a mad place, and there's a lot of stuff to do. Come on, reckon you can keep up? And right here is Mandicor, Fire Tree Town. My mob lives here. And this one, Firehawk, is my totem. We take care of each other. I look after him, and he looks after me. Got a cut? You got something to say to me? Nothing? All right then. Catch you later.
Wow, that was amazing to see the Barumbi Kids world from the point of view of the Firehawk. What did you notice about where the story is set? We'll give you some time to share in your classroom. I hope there was some great sharing. I noticed the rocks, the wetland, the town, and did you see those crocodiles?
Okay, so this is giving me an idea, Ellen, of how maybe we could start planning our own stories. I was thinking that we could do a mindfulness task together.
Okay, that's a wonderful idea.
Okay, so get ready everybody. We're going to start by checking our bodies. Okay, we're going to ask everyone to close our eyes now. And we're going to take a really deep breath in. And now out. Let's imagine we're flying high above the world of our story, just like the Firehawk in Barumbi Kids. Okay, now we've taken off. We're flying high, so high, way up, up, up into the clouds. Look down in your imagination. You're seeing the setting for your story. Ooh, can you feel the wind? It's on your wings as you take it all in. Take time to see the details, all of the things that are the place for your story. The trees are teeny tiny and they're swaying in a gentle breeze. The same breeze is rushing past your wings, and it's making all your feathers go back. It feels so nice and cool. Now you can see the people down below going about their day. Oh, now you spot a nice piece of fruit sitting down there on a bench way down below. Okay, now we need to soar and sweep down to reach the ground. Okay, well done. Now everyone, open your eyes. I feel like we all just went somewhere else. Well done, everybody.
That was lovely. When people create stories, they imagine whole worlds for the characters to live in. Once they have done that, they can think about the adventures that will happen in the story. I want to show you a TV show called Little J Big Cuz. Put your hands up if you've seen this show before. All right, hands down, that's great. I love this show. We meet Little J and Big Cuz who live with their nana and their pet old dog. The animation is set sometimes at Nana's house, in their backyard, and sometimes at school. The characters love to go on adventures to freshwater, desert, and saltwater country. Let's watch the intro to Little J and Big Cuz. Let's take a look.
Oh, I love Little J and Big Cuz, and I think I could hear some of you singing along just then. Now, as you can see, Ellen has popped out because she has a bit of a surprise for us. So we're going to catch up with her a little bit later. Okay, so now I'm really interested and a little bit curious to know what everybody noticed about the world of Little J and Big Cuz. So can you think about one thing you noticed? It's time to share with the person next to you. So everybody face a friend. Are you all ready? Okay, now think about something that you noticed about the world. Okay, ready, set, share. How did you go? Did you all think of something to share about the world of Little J and Big Cuz? Now, I think we should see what Ellen's up to. We happen to have a map that was used in the planning of the show. Ellen, are you there?
Yes, so let's have a look at the map from Little J Big Cuz. Actually, I might shrink myself down to show you around the map. Okay, yep, oh, this is about the right size. All right, so here we have the school. Put your hands up if you, when you were watching the clip, saw Little J and Big Cuz at school. Great, hands down. What about if we go for a little walk? Walking along here, I'll take this track here. It actually says track to school. Did you see Little J and Big Cuz walking to school along the track? Put your hands up if you did. Hands down. Now over here I have the ocean and the desert. So can you put your hands up if you saw those settings in the clip? Great, hands down. And just a little bit, just under my feet here, I have Nana's house. And so we got to see them arrive at Nana's house in the clip. Fantastic. Hey April, do you think we could watch the clip again?
Yes, I think we definitely should. Let's take a look.
So we've been introduced to all those places on the map just in that short clip. We really have a good understanding of the world of Little J and Big Cuz.
I think the map's a really fun idea and it's a great way to get your story started. So hands up, who has a piece of paper and pencil ready to do some drawing together? Ellen is born ready for this. You are definitely going to be drawing
100%.
along with me. Yes. Okay, so I love drawing. How about if we draw a map together? Let's see. I am ready to draw. I love starting with a blank piece of paper because it's filled with possibilities, isn't it? And planning out stories can be so much fun and can definitely include drawing. So I think maybe we could all start with some water in our map. So it could really be any kind of water that you have in the world that you live in or the world you'd like to tell in your story. So I might start with a river in my map. So everyone can start by drawing some kind of water. Are you going to draw a river, Ellen?
I thought I might draw the ocean or the beach.
Nice.
That river's looking good.
Thank you. It's moving fast. The water is really flowing. So now that I've got some water in my map, I think that maybe something else we might like to add is maybe where the main character might live. So have a think about where that might be positioned in your map. So it might be up above the river here or down below. I might pop my house of my main character just over here. And this is fun too, Ellen, because I get to think about what the house looks like. Okay, so I've got some water now in my map, and I've got the house where my main character is going to live. And now I might want to think about some landmarks, some kind of big things that tell us where we are. So I might think about including some things like trees or like really big rocks.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, or even other kind of buildings. So I might even have like a tower, some trees. You can start to add some more elements to your map.
On my beach, I've added a pier.
Oh, that's a great idea.
But I'm going to use the rock idea. I really like that idea, April.
Yes. Maybe even some big boulders. Wow, massive rocks. Now, one of the things I noticed about the map that was used to plan Little Jane Big Cuz, and Ellen, when you jumped inside the map, you were walking along the paths. So there were really nice kind of connection points between one place and another. So as we're finishing up our map now, maybe we can think about how we might travel from maybe the house to the rocks, to the tree, to the tower and back again. So I might actually need a bridge over this river, and I can create some little paths to make a bit of a journey. So everyone can have a little bit of time just to think about how you're going to get to all the places you might want to go in your story. You need a bit of a road over here, even. Maybe you can jump inside my map later on, Ellen.
Go for another walk.
Go for another walk.
That'll be fun.
You got to show me how to shrink down. How did we go? Thank you for drawing along, everybody.
Oh wow, April, that was really fun. One of the wonderful things about this country is that everywhere we go, there are stories to discover about that place. We all have so much to learn about our world from the stories told by Australians' first people.
Let's watch a clip now from a show. Oh, this is one of my favourite shows, Are You Tougher Than Your Ancestors? To see what First Nations stories can teach us about bush foods and so much more. We're going to meet Andamara, an Iman Bunjalung man. Let's take a look.
I went out and actually got some quandam, or native peach. That one there got more vitamin C than a big navel orange. Always take the fruit from the top of the tree. Why do you think that was?
Because top's fresher.
They're fresher, they're riper. When we go for the hunt, we take all the top fruit. We leave the stuff on the bottom for old man emu. He come along and he eat that fruit. What do you think he do with that fruit when he plants that seed on country?
Grows another.
So as long as we always leave food for old grandfather emu, he always continues to help us plant this food around the country. Let's go make some flour out of our grains. So what we got in here is wattle seed. And you know what we do with this?
What?
We grind it up and turn it into a flour. And give a bit of pressure on there too. That's it. We've got to turn it into flour, remember? Do you want to have a go at grinding too?
Yeah, sure.
And later, we're going to use this flour to make up the bread we're going to cook our yabbies and our food with.
It was nice learning about nature and all the different foods you can eat and plants and animals.
It actually is like a supermarket when you think about it, because there's food here, there and everywhere when you just walk around on the land, so.
I wanted to keep watching. Wow, that looked like so much fun, going out on country to learn with Andamara. And I really think that he shared all kinds of knowledge with us, like how to care for country, how to prepare food. And did you notice that there were also some words in the Ghana language there too? Yeah. Now, this story, I think, is partly, it's really interesting because of his knowledge of place and the way he shares this knowledge with us. Now, I think it's fair to say that we all have knowledge, and this is a great thing to draw upon when you're coming up with a story. So maybe you have knowledge about climbing at the playground.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
like really nailing that. Or what about building giant towers at home?
That happens a lot at my house.
Does it? Okay, how giant are we talking?
Taller than me.
Okay, nearly to the roof.
Yeah.
And you know, even the rules of games that we play at school, that's knowledge that we have too, that could be really cool to include in a story. So all these activities you know about within your world would be great ideas to include or to use in a story.
It's nearly time for us to say goodbye now. We've learnt so much about the worlds we see on screen. We explored many things today about our world. We've talked about the reasons we tell stories. What did you learn today?
Yes, and you know, I think that we learnt about how, well, we know that settings are really important to a story. And we also had a really big think about perspective and point of view in a story, because we were seeing the world from the point of view of a bird.
Yeah, that was really special.
That was special. And we even mapped a world which could be used not to just make one story, but a whole series of stories. So we encourage you to keep going and take those stories further. Thank you everyone for joining us today. It's been so nice to connect with you, and we're going to see you again soon.
Bye everyone.